Hey guys, this is Red Silvers, and this is Castlevania. You might be wondering why I'm playing Castlevania, and why there's no game audio. Well, for the first, that's because of this guy named DOSBoot at the Talking Time forums. He started this thread called "Can Talking Time Beat Every Castlevania Game?" And everybody's jumped on that, and people are playing tons of different games. And I've been playing through Castlevania Judgment and getting all the endings on that, because nobody else is going to. Let's just be honest right there. And it's not a great game, but it does have some charm. And anybody that says that the soundtrack to that is not badass has no soul. But thinking about that has gotten me kind of thinking about the series, because there's a lot of games in this series that I like, and I've been very interested in the series since I first played Castlevania 3, because that was my first one. And yes, Castlevania 3 is more nostalgic to me than Castlevania 1 because of that. In fact, I have never actually beaten Castlevania 1. So, I have played through the game. I've gotten to the last stage. I've just never actually beaten the last stage. So, I thought, what the hey, I'm going to give this a try. And this isn't actually going to count for the contest or anything, or I guess it's not a contest, but it's not going to count towards the beating every Castlevania game, because people on Talking Time have already gone through and done this game, the second game, the third game. I think at this point, about half the games have been beaten. And of course, Judgment, no, I don't think anybody but me is playing. I did go through Harmony of Despair and get the end credits, because someone said that they would count that as the beating the game. And then Brick Road turned around and decided that that wasn't enough, and he was going to do a full video Let's Play. And that's cool, because Brick Road is a cool guy, and his Let's Plays are awesome. But he did kind of call me out for not doing a full clear of the game. And that's fair. I didn't clear the whole game. But I've never actually beaten this game, and I thought it might be fun to actually do that. But first I'm going to throw an axe, because why not? Now, I'm familiar with this game to an extent, and I'm also, because I've played Harmony of Despair, I know the layouts of a lot of the stages because of that. Because Harmony of Despair actually has, in Chapter 10, the entire game of Castlevania 1, and this bat is wailing on me. The entire Castlevania 1 map is a level. And it actually works really well. Anyway, Giant Bat is down. I think his official name is Darkwing Bat, which is nowhere near as awesome as Darkwing Duck, but what can you do about that? And here's a bit of trivia for you. The bosses in Castlevania 1, as well as items from Castlevania 2, are a bit of a running theme in the series. As you've seen, the first boss there is the Giant Bat. The boss of state level 2 here is the Medusa. And that item right there, actually, in Harmony of Despair, is a hidden item that you can get. And it doesn't do anything except for give you points, but there you go. You get it the same exact way as I just did there. And I don't actually know where any of the others are. I only really know that one because of Harmony of Despair. But hey, if anything I can do to show off what I do know, if anything. But I was talking about the bosses. So, the bosses of Castlevania 1 are the Giant Bat, Medusa, the two mummies, Frankenstein and Igor, Death, and then Dracula. In Symphony of the Night, the bosses of Castlevania 1 all show up in the second half of the game, and they all are required bosses. You have to get the items of Vlad to get to the final boss. In, I think, Dracula X, not the SNES one, but the original game that it's based on, Rondo of Blood, these bosses all show up, and they even get the boss music from Castlevania 1. And you have to fight them in a little bit of a boss rush. So the bosses from this game have kind of got their own legacy. And really, if there's any series that loves embracing its past, it's Castlevania, because music, enemies, stage layouts, they get reused quite a bit. And you don't have to look any further than level 1 of this game. And I just totally missed my wall chicken, but that's okay, because I'm probably going to fail horribly in this section right here. The Belmont Bashers. But just looking at the first stage of Castlevania 1 and then looking at other Castlevania games, and you'll see that they reuse it, and if you listen to the music, it gets reused. Vampire Killer, the song from the first level of this game, has probably been remixed more than any other video game song in all of gaming history. And when you've got songs like the Legend of Zelda theme and the Super Mario Brothers theme, and it's topping that, that's saying a lot. But that's okay, because Castlevania has good music, and it's fun to see it remixed. And of course, as I mentioned, we have this entire game in Harmony of Despair, and that is the most conveniently timed rosary I have ever seen. I did not even know that you could get a rosary that way. Now, I'm actually doing a lot better than I thought I would with that stupid basher section. We're actually coming up toward the boss of this area, and that's probably where I'm going to stop off this video, and we'll pick it up again for the third and fourth section of levels. Each level is made up of 3 blocks or stages. As you can see, I'm on stage 6 right now. And to my mind, it all counts as one stage because they all have the same music. You fight one boss, then the theme changes, and that's not entirely always the case, but that's just the logic that I go with, so that's what we're gonna go by. And here's the Medusa that I mentioned before. And you can pretty much stun lock her with the Holy Water. The Holy Water is easily the MVP of this game. And if you can keep it for most of the game, it will just wreck most bosses. But actually keeping it is hard. But anyway, that's stage 2 down. I'm going to get ready to call it off, and we will pick this up next time.